All right. So, day 2 of 1 week of Lego reviews. On January 2nd, I built the Supersonic versus Egg Driller. So, we're going to take a closer look. Got the set right here. Yeah, so let's check it out. All right. So, Supersonic versus the Egg Driller, which we got right there with Dr. Robotnik, aka Eggman. We got the little launcher thing here, and I lost the orb earlier, but I found it. Little robot. This dude is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that printed piece, and that face is just hilarious. And you got a little flicky inside, so that's pretty cool. The Supersonic, and I forgot you also get Shadow with this. I was really just looking forward to adding Supersonic to my collection. And then you got this little buildable structure, like a little lab. I think on the cover you got Shadow sitting down at the office. Overall, this is what's really cool is there's all these printed pieces. So it's an 8+ set, but there's no stickers, which I'm happy. I don't like stickers, mostly because I suck at putting them on. But that's a closer look at the set. We're gonna probably take a little closer look at this driller here. Yep, that's right, the Sonic Driller. It's kind of an iconic vehicle if you're into the Sonic games. It's the first boss in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis. So, other than the Supersonic figure, I think this was one of the sets that I was really looking forward to because of this vehicle. There's a lot of vehicles in Lego, and this one's pretty unique. I had some mixed feelings about it. Building it, I wasn't all the way excited about it. It kind of does this facing down thing that was weird when I was building it, but it makes sense now that it's completed. And I think my biggest gripe is that this piece right here, it's a drill. It should have been metallic or gray. Because I mean, the shape of it is really cool. These unique pieces, the big fat tires are really cool. And as soon as you defeat Robotnik, he can take off in his little hovercraft thing and move on to the next thing. So I think as I was building it, I was a little disappointed. But then as I kind of mess with it a little bit more, and it's got a really cool, like, when you move the wheels, this thing moves. There's a little gear mechanism in there that was really cool. So I think I ended up being really happy with it afterwards. So I think it's overall a pretty good little vehicle to have. So that's a closer look at the Egg Driller. Let's take a look at the scores and how this set size up. Let's talk about it. Lego set 76999, Supersonic versus Egg Driller. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of break down how I do the scores real quickly. So I have 5 categories: building, techniques, and fun, the minifigures, price or price per piece, and sometimes like personal value can go into that a little bit, set size or something like that. Displayability, which is it fun to display? Do you want to display it? And I'm gonna emphasis on the playability on there too, like are there cool features and things like that, so that can come in there too. And the 5th category is just bonus or intangibles, just up to my personal discretion if I want to give some bonus points, anything like that. So I'm gonna rate everything on a scale of 0, 1, or 2 possible points for 5 categories for a total of 10 possible points. So for the building of it, I thought the building was pretty fun. I had fun building this wall thing. It went pretty quickly. I was really happy to see these print pieces. You got a little computer monitor there, a little, I don't know, like a picture frame or a computer monitor with shadow and some person there. So that was really cool. You know, the little extra builds were kind of fun. This dude is just hilarious. I love that you get this little printed piece and moves his arms around. Whoops. Oh. Moves the legs. Little happy dude. And there's a flicky inside. So yeah, that was really cool. This is like one of the first things that you build, and it's this kind of like launcher thing. You're supposed to put the Sonic figure in there, and I think, you know, break down that wall or go up against Dr. Robotnik. I probably wouldn't use this. I really like this printed piece. It reminds me of Casino Night Zone from the first Sonic game, how they got all the little orbs and you're bouncing around on them, kind of like a pinball game. So if I get more of these sets with these launchers, I probably am gonna just do something with these pieces. I'm not gonna launch. I already lost the orb once. I don't want to lose it again, and I don't want to damage the figures. I don't know. It's just not for me. It's cool, but it's not for me. And then building this thing, it's got like a slanted down, which was, I thought I built it wrong, but it makes sense once you build it, that it kind of drills down a little bit. And it's cool that you know, Dr. Robotnik has this little floaty thing, and he can, of course, after being defeated by Sonic, you gotta run away in embarrassment in your little flying thing. My biggest gripe is this gear, this drill thing is really cool, but I don't get why this is yellow. I feel like it should have been metallic or gray, but no big deal. This thing, I think it really grew on me. It really, it's really cool. So it's a unique vehicle. You know, you get a lot of vehicles in Lego sets that just oh great, another car. But this is cool. So for building, I gave it a 1.5. It wasn't the best build, but there were some fun parts about it. So I'm gonna give it a 1.5. Minifigures. I believe this is a great set in terms of minifigures. It's a great way to get Supersonic. I'm not sure if Supersonic comes in a lot of other sets. You also get Shadow, and I was very pleasantly surprised with the Eggman, aka Dr. Robotnik. You got these long legs, you know, from the Avatar pieces. And this torso is, you know, got the two arms, but it's all one build, and they got the mustache, the goggles, the eyes. He just looks diabolical. Even got the little, you know, on the back of the jacket. Just the details on this. I thought this was pretty cool. I was excited about Supersonic, but really great. You get a couple little animal figures. So you got this little bunny rabbit who was hidden inside of this robot, and it tells you to put it inside there. And in the game, Sonic saves the animals. For me, if I put it in there, I'll just forget that I even own it, so I'm leaving it out. You know, a little robot here. I don't know if that counts as a minifigure, and I don't know if this counts as a minifigure either, but I gotta emphasize again, this dude is really cool. Hey, hello. And there's a little flicky inside, so that's always cool. But printed pieces on anything, this guy may last a while, or maybe I will rebuild into something else. But I'm gonna give it a 2 for the minifigures. Supersonic, Eggman, you can't be mad at that. As far as price goes, this retails for $79.99 US, and it has 590 pieces, which comes down to about 13 cents per piece. I feel like the one thing that's stopping me from getting a lot of these Sonic sets is they're a little bit overpriced, in my opinion. And I don't know if it's the license, if it's this thing, the launcher thing, because you got the orb and those unique pieces. I know this has got like the fat tires and this driller thing, so it might justify this price a little bit. But I'm gonna give it a 1. It's not the greatest price, especially these are like for kids. So I'm gonna give it a 1 for price. Displayability, I'm giving it a 2, mostly because the figures are really dope. The vehicle ended up being really dope and iconic to me. Again, this was like the very first boss in Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the Sega Genesis, so it's, you know, if you play Sonic games, you've probably defeated that boss many times. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. This guy, again, hilarious. This will be up somewhere in my collection. And we got this little thing, which is kind of hit or miss. I feel like once I get all this Lego Sonic sets that I want, I might take these little side builds and build a little something different. They all have like a little, kind of like a station, it's kind of like a garage feel, like a workstation or something like that. But you got a really cool printed pieces here, Shadow with another person, this really cool old school computer monitor. This thing kind of comes apart. Well, it all comes apart. But yeah, it gets a 2 on displayability, mostly because of the figures and the vehicle. As far as bonus points, intangibles, I gave it a 1. I was really excited about this set because of Supersonic and this vehicle. I bought this set back in like July of 2024, and I've been holding on to it and excited to build it. And as I was building it, I was like not super excited about it, and it just kind of grew on me. So I'll give it a 1 for bonus points. Overall, it gets a score of 7.5 out of 10, which I would say is solid. I think being $90 is what maybe kind of like knocks it down a little bit. It's almost a $100 set. Still really cool, not bad. 7.5 out of 10. So anyways, this was day 2 of 7 days of Lego reviews to kind of get me going and get my channel going, get some practice. So I hope you like it and look forward to another video very shortly.